Do you know that bishops are actually stronger than knights when we talk about opening phases and controlling large diagonals? So that's why, guys, you know that most of the aggressive gambits and aggressive openings start with the e4 because we need to unleash our bishop. They go with d4 because they need to unleash their dark square bishop. This is the London system at the b4 f4. Yes, it's f4 square and bishops with the c4 maneuver, and rule is also b5. So, guys, the thing is that we have e4 and we have d4, so that our bishop's diagonal can get open. And since bishops are a lot more stronger than the knights in the opening phases, we have to use bishops more effectively. So guys, this is me Shubham Kumar, your host, and in this video I'm going to show you one of the very aggressive opening, a very aggressive gambit in which this bishop plays a very active and crucial role and gives you near about 75% win rate. So we have e4 e5, the Sun King's pawn opening, and white goes bishop c4, the bishop's opening. And this is actually very great and very aggressive opening because right at the beginning we are controlling this f7 square directly, not like knight f3, then later phase knight g5. Moreover, we have to defend like by d3, so it actually wastes lot of moves, it requires lot of moves. But by bishop c4 we are directly focusing on this weak f7 square. Queen f3 and also queen h5 can lead to a scholar's checkmate. That's actually very aggressive, you know. Now we have knight f6, let's say queen f3, so just defending this f7 square, that's fine. Most played move actually knight f6 only, aiming this square at the e4. And you know, let's say if we play any other move, let's say we go with knight c3, they take this pawn, we have knight takes knight, and we have pawn to d5 going for this fork, and the whole coordination between your lights, minor pieces have just fallen down. You go for a check, pawn blocks, bishop goes away, you just lost the knight. Moreover, your bishop is awkwardly placed, that's you don't want, right? Therefore, what we need to do at this point of time is to play something another. Apart from knight c3, what you can do, it's d4 or d3. That's what we are going to look for. First of all, let's discuss d4 maneuver is actually very aggressive and very great. Let's say if pawn takes pawn, then what do we have? We could take this pawn with the queen. Also, guys, we have knight f3 hitting on this pawn. Let's say if queen take this pawn, then we have knight c6 hitting on this queen. So guys, queen has to go away, and black has simply developed his knight. This pawn is just hanging. Moreover, you just want to go that much way. I mean, queen d3 is also fine, but you know that black has two knight developed, and your queen is just pushed back. That's not a good option, right? If you go with queen d2 instead, there is options like this maneuver, so you have to be careful with this. Therefore, guys, taking this pawn with the queen is not a good option. Instead, you go with knight f3 hitting on this pawn from this side. Let's say knight take this pawn, then you just grab this pawn with the queen because this knight is just hanging. So we have knight c6 and this knight is just lost. That's not a good option, right? So we have knight moves to d6 hitting on this bishop. We simply go for a castle because that is a check, and that's great thing. The knight c6 hitting on this queen, we just go for a check. Bishop blocks, and we have queen to this point at g7 hitting on this rook. Rook moves away. We have bishop to this s6 going for this great attack, and that's fine. Let's say knight take the bishop. You have this maneuver, and that is checkmate. So black has to do something about it. Let's ask the engine. Engine says we have knight this e5, and just take it. Now what? Okay, so he has to go with d6 so that king can simply escape. Just take this. Let's just turn off the engine. King moves away. Take. Let's say queen comes for a trade. Just take this pawn, that's fine, and we are actually good to go here. So guys, we are back on the starting position. We will discuss pawn takes pawn. Let's say your opponent take, okay, we are going to discuss later phases. We have knight c6 hitting on this pawn, and also because that double attack, so that's fine. What do you have? It's pawn takes pawn. Then we have knight takes this pawn hitting on this bishop. That's not a good option, right? So instead go with that d5 hitting on this knight, and that's very great because knight has a very limited square. So knight moves to d4. We just go with c3, and that knight is just trapped. Yes, knight is just trapped. You just want a piece here. Let's say they come to attack your bishop. You don't have to take it because knight will just recapture it. So just simply slide back. This knight is still hanging. You just want a piece here. That's fine. So, okay, let's just move back. Instead, knight c6, instead pawn takes pawn, your opponent can take this pawn with the knight, and it is actually very good move for the black to play. However, we are still going to win this match. Now, how? First of all, take this pawn with the pawn, and here black has three options: knight c6, bishop c5, and d5. Let's say he goes with knight c6, then we have bishop sacrifice. Why bishop sacrifice? Because this is a check, and then this is just will be under attack. Takes, king takes, and we have this check. King moves away. Let's say king moves all the way this card. Just take this knight. This is defended, so he's not able to take it. You have knight f3 defending this once more, and guess what? You have 1 point lead. If we talk about the engine rating gives us 1.1 rating plus 1.1 rating. That's fine with you, right? You could simply win this game in no time. You have got a great active position and winning position, of course. Let's just move back. Let's say if your opponent plays something like d5 going to attack the bishop, but that will not work because we will take this pawn with the bishop hitting on this knight. Let's say knight moves away, you have sacrifice. If king takes, then this queen is just lost forever. That's fine. And there is nothing like bishop to b4 check because this knight is blocking this part. Let me just show you once more. Take, take, and let's say if knight is not present at c5, then we have bishop b5 check on this king. This rook will simply attack the queen. But in this scenario, this is not possible because the knight. So that's the thing that I was talking about. So let's say king moves away. You have this check, the very great check. Let's say king moves away. Grab this queen with the queen, I guess, because then this bishop is hanging. You take this pawn. This rook is just problematic because there is nothing like this check. So I guess that is fine. Guys, we are back on the same position where we discussed d5. Let's say the last move is bishop b5, going for this attack because knight is also aiming to the f2 square. So what do we have? It's queen d5 going for this instant checkmate. So queen bishop takes, king f1 hitting on this bishop. Of course we can't take it, but after queen take this knight, this bishop is just hanging. Now black castles because this was just checkmate. So black castles, then we have queen to this knight. That's fine. This bishop is just hanging. Bishop moves all the way back. Then we have knight f3 going for this kind of great attack. Then we have c6. I mean, what the hell c6 is for? I guess why they play c6. I don't even know why they play c6. Okay, they are aiming for the d5 maneuver. Okay, because that's a most played move. So they are aiming for d5 going for this fork. Okay, I can see. D5 is a very great fork, right? So we could lose this bishop. So we have to move something like bishop d3 going for this instant checkmate. They block it with the pawn. We have bishop g5 going for this attack because they are defended by the knight. That's fine. Queen moves away. We have bishop f6 controlling this diagonal so king can't able to move. Then we have pawn hitting on this queen. We have queen h4 going for this and then this checkmate. Let's say they go with the h5 blocking this whole path. However, you could go like this and this kind of thing, but that will just simply waste your time because there is actually one of the great moves. I mean, one of the great sacrifice you can make here. So that's a queen sacrifice, and let's say pawn take this queen. We have knight g5 controlling this h7, and guess what? That just checkmate on the next move. Let's say your opponent goes with bishop f5. Just take it. Still is a checkmate. There is nothing that white can do. I mean, there is nothing that black can do actually. That just checkmate. So you are actually going to win this game. So guys, we are back on the initial position where we discussed d4 and we have discussed most of the moves from the d4 position. Let's go with the d3, defending this pawn, a more solid approach, but it's a less aggressive and more solid approach. So we have c6 going for this d5 attack on the bishop and the pawn. Then we go with knight f3 hitting on this pawn. They have pawn to d5 hitting on the bishop. Bishop moves away, don't have to take it. Let's say we have bishop check on the king, simply just defend with the bishop. We have bishop d6 defending this pawn because this was hanging by the knight. We have knight c3 hitting on this pawn. We go with knight g5 hitting on this pawn twice. Moreover, this is actually a very great threat here because that will simply do a fried liver attack. That's fine. Then we have castle. We goes with knight take this pawn. Bishop defending this knight and also x-raying this knight. So we just take this knight with the knight. Bishop takes and we have pawn to this h5, h4 going for this fishing pole variation. If queen c7, so that rook can simply double up. Then we have queen to this h5 going for this checkmate. Let's say bishop takes, we have pawn takes. Guess what? There is still a checkmate. They go with bishop to this f5 so that this checkmate can simply just get prevented. You go with a castle, there is nothing to worry about. Then we have a5 development. We simply go with pawn to g4 hitting on the bishop. Bishop moves away, hit on this queen. Now guys, there is one thing that you have to understand, that the king is actually very vulnerable here. Although it is in the castle, but it is actually surrounded by his own pawns, and if you are able to create a wall here, then guys, believe me, you are going to checkmate black by just your two rooks. So guys, that's what we are going to do because we have queen sacrifice again. So pawn take this queen, like f takes on the g6 is not an option because that's a pin here, problematic. So queen take this pawn take this queen, opening up this file for the rooks. So guess what? The next move is rook h4, defending this pawn and also going for rook h1. And this is just a checkmate, guys. Nothing can block it. I mean, the engine also gives #3. That is completely lost position for the black. The engine is saying to sacrifice the queens. I mean, engine is also saying to sacrifice the queen, but I guess people are not going to sacrifice it. Let's say they try their best to prevent a checkmate. Let's say they move their rook, so about the king. But there is rook h1, king moves away. We have this. Guess what? I just checkmate, so that's fine. So guys, this was the bishop's opening, which can give you 75% win rate. Whatever move black is gonna play will mark his own defeat, and that's how powerful this bishop's opening is, and that's how tricky this bishop's opening is.